on Iwtv News.
A promise is a promise. Potawatomi promise, a foundation for the future in Weaver country. Self-defense is self-defense. Martial arts kicks into action at Iowa Western. Cyber warfare on campus, a lesson in 21st century technology. Down the stretch they come. Big Blue baseball, it's that time of year.
From the campus of Iowa Western, you're watching Iwtv News.
Hello and welcome to Iwtv News. I'm JJ Davis. Now, I had the pleasure of going to a pretty neat event recently. It was an early morning gathering of some of the brightest and the best. And their futures, somewhat up in the air, so to speak, no longer in doubt. You see, a promise is a promise. Automotive, nursing, science. The classrooms at Iowa Western represent the promise of a bright future. The future is now for 70 high school seniors from the Council Bluffs and Riverside school districts. They're honored at the 3rd annual Potawatomi Promise Recognition Breakfast.
This is all about providing opportunity for young people who maybe would not have this opportunity were it not for the Potawatomi Promise.
It's a promise to ensure that you have everything you need when you get to college at Iowa Western and throughout your whole educational time there.
A promise of a free education, one welcomed by the school president.
Yes, of course, we just had our first class of graduates last spring, and we see them not only coming back and serving, staying in the community, helping the community to grow as well. And it's just so important.
Good notes and be
So important that 6 kids from Iowa Western chip in with their 2 cents about college life.
Hi, my name is Landon Moore.
And now to the new kids.
cultural technology.
Upcoming new life in Weaver country.
I go to Abraham Lincoln and I'm majoring in criminal justice. I was like, oh my God, like maybe I can actually do something with my life, because I wasn't going to do anything after high school. I was probably just going to get a part-time job or a full-time job.
I think it means a lot because, like I said, I didn't think I was going to go to college, so it makes it a lot easier to have it be paid for.
And I'm majoring in biology.
When I heard I got it, it was like a stress relief since I could go to college after. I was like, yes.
We've always had kind of a struggle getting along, but this is everything to me. It gave me an opportunity I never thought I'd be able to have.
Nice that it's so close to home and that I've already got a sister going there, so that's nice, I guess, and it's exciting. I've been on campus a few times. It's nice. I like it.
I need you to take one of our Potawatomi Promise journals on your way out. They're on the table over here.
It's life-changing, no question about it. So it's about building community, it's about partnering with local people like Iowa Western Community College, but it's also about creating an atmosphere for our kids that is comfortable, that they feel comfortable attending and in their own community.
It takes a village, as the Iowa West Foundation president and CEO said. Well, that village just got bigger by 70. And their future is now. The Potawatomi Promise Scholarships offer the promise of a bright future at Iowa Western. And the promise is a promise. The promise of the JUCO World Series is getting closer. The Reavers in familiar territory. But up next, airing it out in the Big K. Defying gravity when we come back.
From the campus of Iowa Western, this is Iwtv News.
Okay, it's decision time. I want flexibility, more doing, hands-on experience, and working sooner. I gotta make a choice. I want to get started now. Find your path at iwcc.edu and get hands-on real-world experience. Start now at Iowa Western.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day, I found out I had something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Is it me, or this day and age, it's more important than ever to always look over your shoulder? Now, is it me, or has times changed? Either way, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to learn how to protect yourself. Some Iowa Western students are doing just that. Here's Iwtv student Jesse Hauser.
Tuesday, April 24th at the Reaver Arena on the campus of Iowa Western. Students are educated on various defense techniques. Wesley Smith of Premier Gymnastics and his peers are on campus to teach students and demonstrate their skills.
Our style name is called Hikori no Moribito Rusoga Budo. It means guardian of the lights. It's a combination styles of karate, taekwondo, jiu-jitsu, and Brazilian jiu-jitsu. A lot of things with like self-defense, there's a lot of opportunities for people to get in situations that they don't expect to get into, and maybe that could be harmful or danger to themselves. And just to have awareness to be able to protect yourself is a great thing.
Assault is a very serious subject. Iowa Western is striving to teach students how to protect themselves in a bad situation. Bailey Pickering tells what he would say to someone who doesn't think knowing self-defense is important.
We all may get into a situation where we need to protect ourselves, so it's good to know. I don't know, I'd probably ask them what they would do in a situation of getting in a fight or somebody attacking them or whatever. If it's a guy, maybe they don't feel like they need that protection because they already have that. If it's a girl, I would say there's a lot of guys out there that are probably bigger and stronger than them and they need that protection.
Whatever the situation, these skills are good to know. They may just save your life. With Iwtv, I'm Jesse Hauser.
Thanks, Jesse. Now, how about lending a helping hand? That doesn't hurt either. A certain football team takes off the pads and pitches in with a wheelbarrow and a shovel, all for a good cause. Here's Iwtv student Tapiwa Muchegwa.
Football players are no strangers to hard work. Beautifying a park in Council Bluffs is something new and very strange to some of the football players at Iowa Western.
At first, when he told us that we had to come, you know what I mean, I was like, I don't really want to go, but now it's like everybody just making the best of it, just clowning, you know what I mean, joking around, getting through it.
These events are designed to help the community and also help the team build camaraderie, especially with a task as big as getting a park the size of 2 football fields ready to grow plants. Players are separated into groups, then tasked out to put the park back in order. Group 1 has people racking up and pulling out weeds in the flower pot. Group 2 has people in charge of taking dirt and mulch in wheelbarrows from the filling station to the plot. Group 3 has people in charge of filling the heavy wheelbarrows. Everyone participates in the refurbishing of the winter-stricken park, including the Coach of the Year, head coach of the Reavers football team, Coach Strohmeyer.
Well, for the community gardens, we're filling the garden plots out with dirt and raking them up and then putting mulch down in between.
I feel as though that it do bring us together more as like one unit, you know, like, I mean, like it's simple, there's no I in team. I mean, teamwork makes the dream work.
Shaquan and the rest of the team really do make the dream work. The Reavers turned the weed-filled plot into a neat, fertile place to grow all kinds of life. With your IWCC News, I'm Tapiwa Muchegwa.
Thanks to Piwa. Now, here's one for you. Does anybody remember the movie War Games? I mean, I know I'm dating myself, but how about thermonuclear war, or the only winning move is not to play? Here's Iwtv student E.J. Wren.
Outside Fremont Hall, it may be silent, but inside, a new type of cyber warfare is taking place.
Yeah, so we have our annual cyber defense competition here at Iowa Western for our computer science students, where we have our freshman students are given a group of servers that they have to keep running, and we've invited industry people to come in and attack them. And there's a point system to this entire competition, and whoever gets the best points wins.
So the scenario for the CDC is essentially we have a corporation that sells various energy products, including dark matter. Like it's fictional. So what happened is that we got the old network dude left, and then we came in. So our team comes in. We're supposed to redo and secure everything, right? So when we're stepping in, how I kind of see that is, we would be if real life application, small businesses turn around and they hire the team, and we protect them from these intrusions.
A lot of written process on how to do this, but first we start with enumeration. We just search, kind of scan and see what they have and try to gather as much information as possible. And then we start doing a little bit of research on how we can attack those specific machines with known exploits and vulnerabilities.
Teams are given a short forewarning of the test and a small window of time to prepare. I talked to the winning team about their strategy.
I think the main thing is as soon as we got the information that we can start, the next day we actually got on. We were setting up the servers, and it was really just, we didn't really put it off, and we even stayed after class to get everything done. So really, I think it's just
teamwork was a huge factor.
We put time in there. We worked together. I don't think. I mean, everyone was kind of there.
Oh, Team 5. We haven't been able to crack them yet. They're pretty good so far.
Servers and systems are constantly attacked, and our students are going to go into that environment, and so this simulates that type of environment.
With your IWTV News, I'm E.J. Wren. Now, here's DJ Mater.
Test your skill and learn a thing or two at the 2018 Anti-Gravity Games and Geek Street Fair at Iowa Western Community College. All sorts of technological oddities await, from drones to dancing droids.
They have to realize that there's a lot of neat things out there to be interested in other than just watching TV and, watching YouTube videos, things that get kids thinking and wondering what if. When I was a kid, I was super interested in electricity, and I'm an electrician at Google now.
The main event of the day is the Anti-Gravity Games. The competition involves teams of high school students building and programming their own drones.
Here we go, the second obstacle, nice job.
Then testing their tech in the obstacle course, with the winning team taking home a $5,000 grant.
It's a lot of fun. Get your school incorporated with it. It's so much fun, and it's a great way to learn about drones and how they work. So, yeah.
During the games, step outside the arena and take a walk down Geek Street, where a multitude of presenters await to educate, entertain, and maybe even make a difference.
You know, when I have the ability to come and do these kind of events and show other people what's available out there, you know, this stuff wasn't available when I was a kid, so it's super cool to be able to show this kind of technology that is really inexpensive and fairly simple for the average person to make.
The Anti-Gravity Games are an annual event held at Iowa Western. With Iwtv, I'm DJ Mater.
Thanks, DJ. The glass is always half full. Not with this family. Wrestling with their future. A trio of Reavers moving on after the break.
Calls me googly eyes.
You know you're beautiful, right? You know that?
Even you are beautiful. I got bullied for wearing glasses. Share if you're against bullying.
We put it out there, just took off. 3 million people have shared this post. Don't let bullies get you down. I stand with you. Our whole family's wearing glasses. I wear glasses and I'm proud.
I even have the army on my team.
All the kind comments brought my child joy. I don't feel thank you is enough.
Next.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your closet. Still no jobs? Just more stuff? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed. And they're the stuff inside your stuff. Our job is to unlock those jobs. And it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
What if you could invest in the future of kids, like a stock? Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change. A whole new kind of investment called Better Futures. When you invest, it helps kids go to college. Believe in us, invest in us, watch us grow.
My name is Sydney, and I'm your dividend.
The Iowa Western baseball team is right where it always seems to be this time of year, top 10 in the polls. The 7th-ranked Reavers are revving up for the postseason. Now the conference tournament's less than 2 weeks away. Big Blue closes out the regular season with 8 of its last 9 at home. Iowa Western goes to bat against Marshalltown in the first of a 4-game series. Look out. Bottom of the first inning, Kobe Highland hit by the pitch. Later, bases loaded. And it's a pass ball. Tyler Reichenborn slides in, and then, wait for it, Kobe Highland hustles home as well, and the Reavers are off and running. Bottom of the second, Braden Eckhout lays it down, his first of 3 hits. And then later, Ryan Sullivan just smokes one to left. A 3-run shot for breakfast lunch, and then a 6-0 Big Blue. The home team bangs out 10 hits. Hagen Homestead 2 for 4, including this triple to the gap. Big Blue scores 3 times in the 3rd inning, and then 6 more times here in the 4th. Homestead again drops one in. Ronald Sweeney comes around. 15-0 Iowa Western. Meanwhile, on the hill, Indigo Diaz just chewing them up. The sophomore right-hander gives up just 2 first-inning hits, strikes out 8, and the Reavers just roast the Tigers in 5, 15-0.
Iowa Western takes game 1, 15-0. Game 2 will start in approximately 20 minutes.
Going into that first one, I think we did all right, and we competed and got it going, took advantage of a lot of their miscues. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to play the second game, but I like it. I like the challenge.
Approaches, they just go right after guys. Work a lot on the inside to those lefties. They got a ton of lefties. And then overall, I'd say I'm happy with my performance today.
Everyone was swinging the bat well. I just found a way to kind of get the ball where it needed to be to get on base. I didn't really have the hardest hit balls, but I mean, you put it in a place where the defense can't do anything with it. Does a job.
We've got 7 games to go. We have already clinched. We clinched before this weekend started, and that's why I was getting on them a couple days ago, because it's about us. It's about Iowa Western. It's about the Reaver uniform. It's about them not forgetting the expectations and the goals that they had and why they came to Iowa Western.
Iowa Western shut out M-Town in Game 2 6-0. The Reavers complete the 4-game sweep Sunday, taming the Tigers 11-1 and 11-0. 7th-ranked Big Blue at 42-5 has won 24 games in a row. Turning to wrestling, Iowa Western is saying goodbye to 3 of its studs. They're moving on to further not only their education in the classroom, but also on the mat. The Reavers finish 5th at Nationals, and freshman Michael Zachary takes 2nd at 149. Teammate Tel Ward is moving on. The sophomore signs on with Minnesota State Mankato. 133-pounder DeAndre Brumfield finished 4th at Nationals. The 2-time All-American is joining buddy and former national champ Preston Lauterbach at Colorado State Pueblo.
Familiar program, I guess it's been my #1 all year. Preston going there definitely makes it a little easier for the transition. Visiting, seeing the facilities they have to offer, it's top-notch.
174-pounder Cody Kingery with his top-notch trip in the consolation final. The All-American Kingery took 3rd. Next stop, Wartburg College.
Meant a lot. Being an athlete and a wrestler underneath Coach Watts and Olson and Houghton, they really improved my style and everything like that.
A lot of smiles from head coach Josh Watts. 3 more Reavers moving on. And again, thanks for the memories. And finally, to some golf. The Iowa Western men's and women's teams will be teeing it up at Nationals. The guys finished 3rd at regionals to qualify for the big event in Lubbock, Texas. The women here, led by top medalist Cassidy Evernadas, won their regional in Ankeny by a whopping 53 strokes.
Didn't get off to a great start. She was shooting good scores for us, but we've known all year that this round was in her. She shot a couple of them last year that were similar to this, and so we kind of been waiting, and she stayed patient and just played, as she described, a boring round of golf. She didn't make a bogey, didn't miss a green, and rolled in a couple putts, and there she is with a 68. On the women's side, we have 2 players that I think could compete to win the medalist. Both Lisa and Cassie have been playing well all year. On the men's side, I think we've proven to be a top 10 team all year. We've beaten the #1 team in the country once this year.
The ladies will tee it up in Mesa, Arizona on May 14th, so congrats to both the men's and women's golf teams. All the world's a stage. The Arts Center once again takes center stage on the other side.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving, the ultimate party foul.
Schedule your campus visit today. Iowa Western. The world is waiting.
The Iowa Western Theater Department is on display. Now, theater people are family. We stick together. Now, the family in Weaver Country tells the story of another family growing up in the Midwest during the first half of the 20th century. It's ups and downs. The glass is always not full. Here's Iwtv student Carter Jensen.
Iowa Western Theater presents The Glass Menagerie.
This play is semi-autobiographical. It's sort of about Tennessee Williams, the playwright's life. He took pieces of his life and his family life in St. Louis in the 1930s and created a small play about it.
Scott, this is Amanda Winfield.
It started out as a short story. So it's the story of his mother and his sister. Their father has abandoned them. And it's about his mother trying to hold the family together.
Get over a goldfish, and they fly away.
I play the role of Laura in our play, The Glass Menagerie. Even as like an actor within a performance, it's already a lot, but there's more steps and there's more people involved that it takes to put a whole production together.
You gotta put a little hot swing on, warm you up.
Just for like an actor, you're expected to, be on time. You're expected to know your lines when you need to know your lines. You're expected to memorize and really bring everything you can to the table every night so that everybody can work with you. Everybody can find something, that we need to fix or work on. But along with that, there's also the tech side that not a lot of people get to see. And I think, honestly, that side does a lot of the work, and they don't get enough credit that they deserve.
I'm really leading a double life.
The play runs for about 2 hours with a short intermission. If you would like to know what future events are coming up at the Art Center, you can go to artcenter.iwcc.edu. With your Iowa Western Television, I'm Carter Jansen.
Thanks, Carter. So there you go. The curtains come down on yet another show. Now this run is winding down. Before you know it, summer's going to kick in and the students are going to be gone. But we still have a few more good stories to tell, so stay with us. For this latest edition of Iwtv News, I'm JJ Davis, and as always, I'll see you around campus.
IWTV is online. Like us, follow us, watch us.